Tuesday, September 9th. Welcome into another episode of Daily Dingers brought to you by Better and Green. Tough way to start the week on Monday, guys. 0-3. I apologize for the bad outing. Lost Kansas City money line, lost the Mets on the money line, lost Arizona on the money line. Unfortunately, I did take Kansas City as an official play, and that game was over really before it even started. I think it got up to 8-0 after 3 or 4 innings, so yeah, tough one there. Kind of gonna be even more selective than I have been in the MLB over the final 3 weeks. Just some teams kind of locked into position and don't have a ton to play for. Maybe mixing up rosters, trying to figure out their best playoff roster, and teams eliminated, things of that nature. Gets kind of hard to decipher effort, I guess, at this point in the year. So I think that kind of showed last night a little bit. Although we did try to take some teams that were live, still had a lot to fight for. But that being said, 3 more plays going tonight. 3 plays that I do feel pretty good about. So hopefully we will have ourselves a bounce back here. But guys, we are 23 subs away from 1,100. That's our next big goal. We're really hoping to get there as soon as possible. If you enjoy gambling and sports betting, fantasy, any of that, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We really, really do appreciate it. Consider dropping me a like on this video if you enjoy the MLB content. Drop me a comment down below if you have any winners that you're looking at in the MLB slate tonight. But guys, we don't only do MLB here. We cover NFL, college football, EPL, soccer, MMA, UFC, auto racing, fantasy football, you name it, we cover it here at Better and Green. And speaking of, we are doing our NFL show, Intentional Lounging, all live this season. And that goes on Wednesday night at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. So really encourage you guys to join us over there. We go through every single game on the board, interact with you guys in the live chat. It's really fun time. So if you're available Wednesday night looking for plays in every single NFL game, be sure to tune in, grab a beer, join us for our Intentional Lounging live show. It's a ton of fun. Would love to interact with you guys. Also, keep your eyes posted. We will have solo game breakdown videos for the NFL. We're going to have our college Power 4 pick show out later in the week. I believe there's another MMA UFC card this week where Bobby and Ben go live on Thursday night breaking down the UFC card. EPL is back from their international break, so we'll have that as well. Daily dingers every single day. 1 NASCAR race this week, no F1, no IndyCar. We'll cover the NASCAR race as well. So a lot of content coming out for the week. But guys, let's get into the actionable info here for September 9th for the MLB slate. First game up, 6:35 Eastern start time. The Pittsburgh Pirates heading to Baltimore to face the Orioles. Orioles minus 155 home favorite, plus 129 or 130 coming back on Pittsburgh here. We are looking at the Pirates at the plus 130 price tag and really just like the spot here for Pittsburgh. They are off a homestand where they swept the Dodgers, felt pretty good about themselves, welcomed in the Brewers, and got swept by Milwaukee. They now have the day off to travel to Baltimore, start of a 6-game road trip, 3 in Baltimore, 3 in Washington, and I really like the spot here for Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, you have Baltimore continuing their home trip. They took 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers, so they have to be feeling pretty good about that. They did lose on Sunday, had the day off. I wish they would have swept the Dodgers. That would have made this probably an official play here. As of now, it's probably my strongest lean. So, as always, follow me on Twitter X at eBainbridge26. I will tweet out all of my official plays over there. But don't love the spot here for the Orioles. I think it's a much better spot for Pittsburgh. And on the mound, you have Michael Burrows going for Pittsburgh. You have Kyle Bradish going for the Orioles. I do give Burrows the slight pitching edge here. I know Bradish's numbers are better, but in limited action, yeah, I like Burrows on the mound. I love the spot here for the Pirates. Plus 130, great price. Give me the Pirates money line for our first play. Second play up, we are going to the 7:05 Eastern start time. The Detroit Tigers, my Detroit Tigers, heading up to the Bronx to face the Yankees. Yankees minus 160 home favorite, plus 135 coming back on Detroit. Again, we're taking the Tigers, the dog, barking today at the plus 135 price tag. Detroit, they had the day off yesterday after a homestand where they took just 2 out of 6 games, dropped 2 out of 3 to the Mets, 2 out of 3 to the White Sox, including losing on Sunday. Now they get to travel away from their own stadium. Always like that spot. Yes, I know they have the Central locked in, but I still think this team is going to want to get some of these big wins against the Yankees. That's really their biggest series. I guess they have one against the White Sox or the Red Sox remaining, but in these playoff caliber type series, I do think the Tigers are going to show up and want to play. And you look at the Yankees here; they are continuing a homestand where they just beat the Toronto Blue Jays 2 out of 3 games at home. The team that they're chasing down in their division. So I think that was a huge series for them. They had the day off, kind of a momentum stopper there. And now welcoming the Tigers. The Yankees, they've struggled against the good teams this year. They've beat up on the weak. I know they just had that good series against Toronto, who's a good team, but I really like the spot and the price here for the Tigers. Casey Mize on the mound for Detroit. Will Warren for the Yankees. I like Mize in this spot. Again, at plus 135, I think the right play there is Detroit. So I like the Tigers money line for our second play. And last game up, the Tampa Bay Rays heading to Chicago to face the White Sox. Plus 115, White Sox home underdog. Tampa Bay minus 140, road favorite. I like the Rays side, but let's get that price down a little bit. -1, minus 115 is how we're playing Tampa in this game. And I really, really do like this spot for Tampa. They were absolutely rolling at home, swept the Mariners, took game 1 against the Guardians, and then lost their last 3 games to the Guardians. Really fell off offensively, only 4 runs in those 3 losses combined. Well, now they get the day off. They head up to Chicago, and their playoff chances are really dwindling at this point. Could absolutely use at least a 2-1 series, if not a sweep here. And this is really their easiest series left. They then go to Chicago to face the Cubs. They have the Blue Jays and Red Sox at home, and then on the road, Orioles and Blue Jays. Really tough remaining schedule for the Rays. If they want to keep hope alive for the playoffs, they need to come out in this series and get some wins. And I think they do just that. Like that they're hitting the road for this matchup. Meanwhile, the White Sox, first game back home off a really good 6-1 road trip. Take 4 games against the Twins, swept them in a 4-game series, 2 out of 3 against the Tigers. Day off, momentum stopper, hosting in the Rays. Yeah, I love this spot for the Rays. -115, -1. That actually might be my best bet on the show. I absolutely love that play. Might look into that one. So, guys, that's going to wrap it for today's show. A quick recap. Pittsburgh Pirates moneyline plus 130. Tigers moneyline plus 135. Tampa Bay -1, -115. Probably my best play on the show. Again, follow me on Twitter X at eBainbridge26, where I will tweet out my official plays, any official plays that I have. And once again, guys, if you do enjoy this content, please consider subscribing. Throw me a like on the video. Drop me a comment down below. What is your best bet on the slate tonight? And until tomorrow, we will see you, or have a profitable night, and we will see you tomorrow on another episode of Daily Dingers. Thanks for watching.